was true, from a certain point of view.
A prophecy that misread could have been.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Unlearn what you have learned.
Welcome back, my fellow Jedi and Padawan friends. This is Jason with Star Wars and Philosophy, and today I wanted to dive into some more similarities that I am seeing between the new trilogy and the original trilogy, and in some cases, the prequels. And so we're going to be diving into Last Jedi things, and if you want to be spoiler-free, go ahead and watch something else. But first, before we get into this, support this channel financially and help us grow. You can click the subscribe button, click the bell, and you're going to get notifications. You can click the thumbs up, you can click in the comments, you can share with your friends on social media. At the end of my videos, you're going to see recommended videos, and thank you so much for your support. Alright, so the first scene that I want to dive into is the scene with Han Solo and Kylo Ren in The Force Awakens. And I've already talked about, if you know my theory of Lor San Tekka's death being integral to Rey's awakening in the Force, then you also maybe have heard that my conversations about Kylo Ren being the new chosen one of this trilogy, which means that there may be a redemption arc that is in store for him. And so this is where Han Solo's character comes in. Han Solo this scene is incredibly reminiscent of the interaction between Luke and Vader when you get to Return of the Jedi. And what I actually found, and I'm going to do another video on this, is that Luke's first interaction with Vader is actually more of what we saw in the interaction between Rey and Kylo Ren. And so just basically, I'm going to get into this in a series of videos. What I'm seeing is that they're using the original trilogy as a pattern, but in a template. And in doing so, they're able to integrate in some of the old characters and some of the nostalgia, because they know that they're starting over a bit with a new fan base, and they don't want to completely lose the old fan base. And so you got the Han Solo, you got the Princess Leia, you got Luke Skywalker, and R2-D2, C-3PO, Chewbacca. You've got these standard characters of the past, but now you've got this new set of characters they need to introduce. Now, the way that I see them doing it, even though there were a lot of parallels, is that they're not one-to-one corresponding parallels, meaning that the characters are more a mixture of the character qualities from the original trilogy. And so you've got different people that are playing different parts. And so I wanted to kind of just introduce this through a number of clips that I was able to compare between the original trilogy and the new trilogy. And so one of those is Han Solo's interactions with Kylo Ren, and how it compares to Luke's interaction with Vader, and what they were doing to us emotionally in the theaters. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this first part.
Take off that mask. You don't need it.
What do you think you'll see if I do?
The face of my son.
Okay, so this whole conversation, immediately Han Solo says, more confrontational than we got with Luke and Vader. Luke was appealing to him emotionally, whereas Han Solo comes to Kylo Ren more like almost angrily and confrontationally, like, I'm your dad and I'm going to tell you what to do. And the first thing he says is, take that mask off. Now, where could that have been coming from? And I want to propose something, a possibility here.
Luke, help me take this mask off.
But you'll die.
Nothing can stop that now. Just for once, let me look on you with my own eyes.
So Vader, when Luke actually gets through, and after the interaction had gone through, and he'd been redeemed, Vader asked Luke, please take my mask off. I want to look on you with my own eyes. Now, what may be going through Han Solo's mind is that maybe part of that mask, especially because Kylo Ren is such a fan of Vader, is that what may be going on is that mask, it gives him a different vision, like he's looking at life through the lens of the dark side. So he asks him to take off the mask. Now, Kylo Ren actually does, but his words don't match what we are expecting them to. Here's what he says.
Your son, he's gone. He was weak and foolish, like his father. So I destroyed him.
That's what Snoke wants you to believe. But it's not true. My son is alive.
No.
So Kylo Ren does take his mask off. He asks him first, who do you think that you're going to see? The face of my son. And then he takes it off and he says, your son is dead. Okay? I killed him. And this is very reminiscent of the whole conversation about Darth Vader killing Anakin Skywalker. And so that is not what we expected to hear. And it kind of brought a suspense as we watched it. Now, this whole idea of him saying, your son is dead, and Han Solo says, no, that's what Snoke wants you to believe. Now, where did that come from?
I've accepted the truth that you were once Anakin Skywalker, my father.
That name no longer has any meaning for me.
It is the name of your true self you've only forgotten. I know there is good in you. The Emperor hasn't driven it from you fully. Okay, so you have Luke talking to Vader, saying, I know that there is good in you, and the Emperor has not driven it from you fully. You know, don't listen to the Emperor. He's blinding you, and there's still a chance for you. And so that's the same kind of conversation that Han Solo is having with Kylo Ren. And so this is where the conversation takes a really interesting turn.
The Supreme Leader is wise.
Snoke is using you for your power. When he gets what he wants, he'll crush you.
Come with me.
Obi-Wan once thought as you do. You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
So you have this appeal that's made. Han makes it with Kylo, and Luke makes it with Vader. Come with me, okay? Don't listen. And both Kylo and Darth Vader at that point say, you don't understand. I have to obey my master. Supreme Leader is wise.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Okay, so now you've got Kylo who is making this emotional appeal, and we think that he's following in the footsteps of Vader, and that he's moving towards Han. He's listening to him. He wants to embrace the light side again. He wants to be redeemed.
I'll not leave you here. I've got to save you.
You already have. Look, you were right. You were right about me.
So we have Darth Vader, and that's what we expected to see at this moment. Darth Vader was redeemed, and he tells Luke, you were right. I've already been saved. You've already saved me. And you were right about me. So we're emotionally at that point in the theater, and then this happens.
Thank you.
this is the heart-wrenching moment. Han Solo dies, and he's thrust through lightsaber by Kylo Ren in a very manipulative, tricky way, asking for his help because he didn't have the strength to do it maliciously or in a fight. And that and there's some who were so confused by the scene that they've proposed that Han ignited Kylo Ren's lightsaber. That's clearly not the case. It's even clearer in the novelization. But now Han Solo is dead, and everyone's asking, can Kylo be redeemed? But my question is this: what part is Han Solo's death going to play in the new trilogy? And I'd love to hear your comments down below, because here's what was going on, is that this is what Snoke had said to Kylo.
The historians have it all wrong. It was neither poor strategy nor arrogance that brought down the Empire. You know too well what did.
Sentiment.
Yes. Such a simple thing. Such a foolish error of judgment. A momentary lapse in an otherwise exemplary life. Had Lord Vader not succumbed to emotion at the crucial moment, had the father killed the son, the Empire would have prevailed, and there would be no threat of Skywalker's return today.
Snoke basically says that Vader, who Kylo Ren looks up to as his grandfather, that he had an exemplary life, that he was a strong character, and he could have been the one. I think it's hard to tell whether Snoke feels that Palpatine was truly evil, that Vader should have been running the universe, and that's why all the worship of Vader, and that would make perfect sense, that maybe he thought that Vader and Luke could have overthrown Palpatine, or maybe that Vader could have overthrown Luke and Palpatine, and he could have successfully ruled over the galaxy. But that was the reason why he had Kylo kill Han Solo, and Kylo went through with it. But now the question, can Kylo Ren be redeemed, and will Han Solo's death play a part still in that redemption? And what do you think that redemption is going to look like? Or do you think that Kylo is just done for, and he's going to go towards embracing fully the dark side? And how does that fit with Snoke wanting to balance between the light and the dark? I'd love to see your comments down below.
Now, fulfill your destiny.
I want to encourage you, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share this video with others and this channel with others. It helps every time you do that. It actually helps the channel out financially, and it helps us to grow and get in front of others.